thank you so much for taking the time to come and chat to us here at Canvas Conversations at Banking Renaissance.
Thank you, Al.
How was your keynote on stage?
We got there in the end, so I don't know if you saw. I got to the stage, got my clicker, I pressed next, and I had sent them the unsaved version. So it was I had the wrong slides basically. So for the rest of the session, I was just winging it.
Do you know what though?
It worked.
But people remember that.
Yeah.
That's the thing. Like it's.
Yeah.
Like if you went on there and you're like, I'm gonna be really honest, guys. Ignore that. People remember that more than it just.
Yeah, that happened. That happened.
Oh.
Yeah. So we got up the front, like, right, cool, let's go. I was like, oh, guys, you're just gonna have to deal with that intro slide because the rest of the slides are wrong, and we just went for 15 minutes. And you know what? And I had forgotten some points because I needed the visual cue, but then it came from the bottom
Authentic.
of the heart. Yeah, it was very
fair play to you with that. Fair play to you.
Yeah, I had the whole thing nodding. I had a lot of messages afterwards. A lot of messages.
I think you guys have been very, very smart being here because the vendor ratio.
Yes.
To banks, you definitely have a presence here to all the bankers, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, so that's what's about. I think for us right now, it's really speaking to the transformation, the innovation, the fintech groups within the bank, and trying to understand where the pain is. Because like everyone talks about, yes, we're innovating, yes, we're doing transformation, and where I am at the moment is like, are you though? Like. And I mean that in a very respectful way. It's like, okay, because you see a range of banks doing this, and you can start seeing a pattern of like where the journey is going to go with somebody, and it's like, yeah. So that's what I'm enjoying the best about it. Yesterday and today.
Excellent. On that note, one of the things I kind of want to touch on is, let's be real for a moment. You are in a position in your life where you can choose what you do. You don't have to do stuff with Nayaone. You could go and work for a bank. You could probably buy a small island in Belize and just like live. You could do what you want.
Be a smaller.
Yeah.
Without water supply.
Yeah. So against that, I kind of got to ask, why fintech? Like, what is it? Because it can't just be for the paycheck. Why fintech? Yeah,
it's pretty core to our purpose, right? And we're still young enough that everyone still gets it pretty properly. So I've probably already retired once, if not twice, right? So my career has been banking, transformation, and in one of my gigs previously, it's like, all right, there's all these good fintechs coming through. Why, as a bank, don't we partner with them? Because we're only going to learn, we're only going to go to market faster, we're only going to put better products in our customers and consumers' hands. And with the talent shortage, I can't build it. I can't build everything. So why don't we just partner and get that machine going? And I found that it was really hard because the way banks are traditionally set up is they would work with a small fintech the same way they would work with an IBM or a Microsoft, like a big vendor, right? And it's yeah, sure, you probably need to be more aware of the risk because it's a smaller company, but your 9-month onboarding process is actually going to kill them. And that's kind of what really got this started. So, I had funding, I had budget to work with these tech companies, but the process of giving them the money to collaborate with us is hard, right? It's really hard. And I actually saw a couple of fintechs fail 5-6 years ago, where they were running out of funding, their enterprise sales process is getting worse. And I was like, guys, this has got to change, right? So from the core of it, the thing that drives me is is to help the fintechs get into the banks. So they either get a deal or they get product feedback. In either way, they will win, right?
Yeah, but the important thing is that they have that, after 3 years of, that's the, I get, so obviously work at a bank, the sales cycle of some big transformation projects is long. It's longer than in some cases the company that's being partnered with.
Yeah.
I can see how your mission is to kind of make that more efficient, make that shorter, and as you said, either get a deal or get product feedback.
Yeah.
But why do you think that's important to you?
So that was the trigger of starting Nayaone. The main reason is, as a banking transformation person, career banking transformation person, I read something about what's your legacy, and it's like, well, that's pretty cool. And it's like, all right, it ain't gonna be cleaning up the oceans because I haven't got the know-how and I haven't got the funds to like donate it to some fund to do that. Well, what do I know? I do know banking and I do know tech. All right, so what can I do that's gonna be legacy that I can make to do world a better place? And my answer to that was, if I could level the playing field to get better products into the hands of end consumer, you and I, that's my legacy. Right, so that's where this came from, right? That's where it comes from. So the end goal for Nayaone is to level the playing field and help people create better financial services products. Right now, that's banks, right? After that, it's fintechs. And after that, it might be you and I in a couple of years coming with a good product. So I want to the way we're working is, I want to make sure we can enable you and I to create financial services products within the legal framework, within the regulation, within the risk appetite. That's where it started. That was the genesis.
I like that. I can see that. So I like your role is to be both as a person, the catalyst.
And I would say it's not in my personality to go around town like lighting fires and go, why aren't you doing this? Why aren't you should be working for. No, it's like, okay, well, I get it. Everyone's on a journey. Everyone's got their own motivations. Everyone's got their own timelines. But we're here. Our job is to enable, whether you're a bank who's looking, multiple goals, or whether you're a fintech, our end goal is to get better products to market. That's awesome.